most teams in college football, and they do it with tempo. And of course, Creel will do a lot of that. Little quarterback draw. Key matchup here. A tall wide receiver, gain of 4, 2nd and 6. And this is Cook. And he's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Antonio Stevens for Kennesaw State makes the play.
Yeah, this play was really broken up by number 6, Marcus Patterson.
It's a loss of 5, 3rd down, 11. Baldwin in motion there, the tight ends. We're going to throw it down the sideline, and it's just over the reach of DeAndre Johnson. A great target at 6'8", and that's a 3 and out, and that's a big win for Kennesaw.
Kennesaw State with a 3 and out.
Connor Donaghy, an Irish punter. Yes, he's from Tyrone, Ireland. And a lefty, and a liner there, kicking away from Benyard, who's a first-team All-Conference returner. That's a terrific punt, and it's down to the 29, 47 yards on that. Amari Odom is a big quarterback.
The boy's got to make smart decisions tonight.
3 interceptions in that game, and they all were costly ones. They were all in Jack State territory. Coleman Bennett is the running back. Odom can run it, but they like him to swing it. And this is Bennett on the first carry, and he fights his way out to the 35. That's a gain of...
He had one against Kennesaw State in their last matchup. He's one of their big-time players on the defensive side of the football.
And he is the younger brother of Bo Nix, the Broncos quarterback. Play action for Odom. Swing it out. That's Bennett with the catch to the 40, and he dances up the sideline, has a first down, and they mark it at the 45. Again, Kennesaw State outgained,
Back to the ground game with him. He's going to be a key component, the X factor for them on their side in terms of getting this offense going.
They were going last week. They won in 2 overtimes at Liberty, 48-42, to get here to the championship game. Bennett, and he's out to the 46. This is going to be a long 3rd down and about 8.
That's another, and Jack State did a nice job of doing that last matchup.
Bennett in the backfield on 3rd and 8. That's Bullock in motion, the tight end. Odom flushed, looking, and he's hit.
Try to use his feet, and Max Sanders was all over it. We're going to use a spy on him tonight, and Max Sanders are going to be one of those players.
That's Joshua Hewitt, the punter. And it's Caleb Nix, who we talked about, deep. Let's see if Nix can make the fair catch. He waits for it, and a sliding catch, nicely done.
Take a look at it there, but I like the decision to punt. You're on your own 25. You got to play the field position game.
Caden Creel, little option right side. He's dangerous when he gets a seam. And Creel is stopped at the 37. He didn't start this year as a starting quarterback. In fact, he was returning
starting quarterback at this point of the season.
Well, he's more than earned that. He's 6-1 as a starter. Christian Lando in the backfield. And again, Creel going to keep it, and he's got the first down out to the 46. Gavin Wimsatt was the starter. We may see more 2 quarterback looks with Wimsatt and Creel.
And so expect offensive coordinator Clint Trickett to involve them into the system tonight.
Creel looking off his back foot, fires it, and a catch. That's Johnson. That is a 6'8" wide receiver who's absolutely blossoming here.
He's really started to blossom, in your words there, Rich, as a football player.
That's a 24-yard hookup, Creel to Johnson. And on 1st and 10, Creel, blitz comes, gets rid of it. That's caught by Lando out of the backfield. Not Calrici, but Christian Lando. And he's to the 28-yard line.
Right there on 1st down.
Cook is in.
So when
these type of connections usually are behind a transfer. You know, coming from Clemson here, getting playing time, and really proving himself this year as an outstanding safety. Odom starting to cook a little bit. Finds Moss, and Christian Moss inside Jack State territory, down to the 37. The guy who dominated defensively in that first matchup, he had 14 tackles against Kennesaw 3 weeks ago, is down, and they're looking at that right leg. Here's a look.
There, bud.
Right there, and kind of hyperextended it when he hit Walker's leg.
It gives them a little bit of an advantage.
Chase Belcher in the backfields. And this is Belcher, 6 foot, 213 pounder, transfer from West Georgia. And he picks up maybe a yard. It's going to be second down. They're running some tempo here, so they'll probably get another snap off before the end of this first quarter. And look what they've done this year. They've gone 9-3, 7-1, championship game. Those are the numbers in the first quarter. Second down and 9. Ben Yards, they need to get him with some more touches. And he ends up at the 36. And, you know, talking about Jerry Mack, and there's Charles Kelly, both these guys in their first year in the NFL. Odom busted out. And Amari Odom goes down at the 21-yard line. He can do that as well. Well, this is where they had trouble 3 weeks ago. They were just 2 of 7. And it all started with that interception. 2 of 7 in the red zone 3 weeks ago here at Jack State. Odom. And Osteen, who's back in the ballgame, that's great news, makes the stop. And if you're just joining us, defenses have dominated early. In fact, an end zone intercept, the touchdown numbers are the important ones. 3 of 8. Second and goal. Odom again. You're not going to get in. Stansbury makes the stop for Jack State, and it's third and goal. Coleman Bennett, the running back. It's been all Odom on this drive, it feels like. 11th play. And it's Bennett. And he's in.
I think a big key for them tonight.
Extra point, Britton Williams. Milan Jones started it with Jack State threatening. Caden Creel looked to the end zone. This was the pick. 2022 UTSA. Petway from his 8. Head of steam. And a nice return as he gets it out to about the 28-yard line. Kennesaw State's defense gave up a long drive, but then buckled down with that interception.
And their secondary, the secondary for Kennesaw State is capitalized.
Milan Jones with that pick back on the field. Caden Creel. That was a dangerous pitch. Cook gets hit. That pitch was almost a pick 6 pitch. Second down, 9. 4-man rush. Quick throw out to Cook, who likes to catch it and run with it and bust tackles along the way. And he's got the first down out to the 43-yard line.
Well, he lowers his shoulder on the defender that time. Let's take a look at this. 1-on-1 in space. Boom. Get out of the way. No excuse for a wide receiver to jump off sides. Got to keep your eyes on the football.
Cook, kind of the outlet valve, and he's getting a lot of work out there, but he's not getting a lot of yards. 3 hats on him. Isaac Hall in the middle of it.
And they're in the spots that they're supposed to be in.
Cook has 3 catches for 21 yards. Just 20 yards rushing. Creel caught and dropped. And that's Elijah Hill. First team All-Conference USA, and just third down 25. Creel, lots of time, escapes the pocket, got a long way to go, but he's going to get there. Look at Creel go, a first down inside the 40, toppled at the 38 by Cody. 54 yards already for Creel, ball at the 38. Fake to Cook. Creel across the middle, broke it up, and it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended receiver. Creel is out of Fairhope, Alabama. Same high school as Riley Leonard, the Duke Notre Dame quarterback. Now with the Colts. And that's going to be a run down to the 24-yard line. Third and 9, 4-man rush. Odom has time, fires to the sideline, and it's caught there. holding on.
Feet are settled in. He's going through his progression, and he's accurate with the football.
Another play action. Love the tempo here. On the mark, it looks like Davis Bryson again with the catch at the 40-yard line.
You know, head coach Jerry Mack calls this offense basketball on grass. They want to spread you out.
They're really clicking the Owls right now.
Yeah, they pull their left guard and left tackle, and nice patience there by Bennett. Finds the crease, gets downhill.
Odom flushed, dropped. Daryl Prater cleaned up. The penetration by Jack State. This is very much a Tennessee-type offense. He worked with Josh Heupel at both UCF and at Tennessee, and it sure is working at Kennesaw State. Corner blitz, Odom lost the ball, and then gets it back. Malcolm Jones came screaming off the edge.
At the running back, he's out on a route, so he's got to hit the hot. He's got to hit the running back right now. Once he recognizes the blitzer there, instead tries to run out of it and get sacked.
Well, let's see how much pressure they bring on 3rd and 27. They got to get down to the 18 for a first down, and they may have
to score. You put yourself in jeopardy of running out of time. Not sure I agree with the strategy there. One of the reasons why they've struggled this season in this area.
3rd down at 27. Now what's up?
Timeout. Jacksonville State.
It's been minus 27 as we mentioned so far this season. They've got to be smart with the football right here in this situation. The goal is to get in the field goal range right here.
So you need about 10. Oh, and a fumble. And Odom falls on the ball. What a disaster this has been. That's once they got inside of Jack State territory. Jacksonville, Alabama. Kennesaw State punting. And that ball's going to land and take a left turn. And a great special.
And trust that over time this running game will get going.
And here's your point on that timeout by Kennesaw State. They'd love to have 2 here where they could stop the clock as Creel gets captured at the 5. Jones makes the stop. Because if you have 40-yard line is their target line. They got a kicker with a big leg. You don't want to throw it if you're Jack State, because if it's incomplete, it stops the clock. And again, nation's leading rusher is smothered. That's Cam Cook.
If you're Jack State, strategy-wise, you got to run this football, keep this clock running.
Yeah, you don't want to throw it and have an incompletion. And so Creel is certainly going to run it on a set play. He's short of the first down. And here's where you really wish you had that timeout, Turbo. You were all over it. First team. It's a line drive punt, and it's out of bounds. This is getting interesting. Let's see where they mark it. And the official marks it at the 48. This is doable, Turbo. There's 16 seconds left. They don't have a timeout. And so all they need, 15 yards here. That's a couple sideline.
To utilize right now, if you're Amari Odom at Kennesaw State, you don't have to get out of bounds, but you do got to get up quickly and spike the football to stop the clock.
First down would stop the clock briefly. 3-man rush. Odom fires it up the seam. Goodness! Flag is down. That looks like targeting.
I really do. He's trying to turn.
Is an incomplete pass. Personal foul. Targeting. Number 43. Defense. 15-yard penalty. The play is under further review.
I think he's trying to get his shoulder involved. Right now, really the concern is Gabe Binyard. You hope that he's okay.
There's Trevor Woods watching the scoreboard, hoping that he sees a replay.
First down, so that means wherever the football's at, you can get to the line of scrimmage with enough time and spike it, and so then you can bring on your field goal unit.
But you got to get everybody back to spike it if you are short of the first down. Odom scrambling, fires sideline, it's incomplete. Now you're really but if it's a quick throw, it has to be a first down to stop it, or you're not going to be able to get up and spike it.
You got to get out of bounds.
Odom, 3-man rush, flushed, in trouble. He throws it away out of bounds. Now what is this going to be?
Hayatı kusurmuş bir yer for the